again. You're watching Talk Lancashire. Joining me now on the sofa is somewhat of a Preston legend, the star of a Channel 4 series on unique council homes, nominee of Britain's Best Council Home, Jam Imani Rad. Welcome to the sofa, Jam. It's absolutely wonderful to have you here. It's been quite a year for you. You've been putting Preston on the map, so to speak. I mean, Zoe Ball, off the telly, she is a very famous lady on the telly. She actually tweeted out that she wanted to come to your house for tea. It's up there now. It says, "Dear Jam and his garden in Preston, I want to go for tea." How amazing is that? And you know, Zoe is off the telly, but her husband is even more famous than Zoe, Norman Cook or Fatboy Slim. So what I was thinking was, Jam, Fatboy Slim could come with Zoe for tea and he could stage a kind of rave in your garden while Zoe has her tea. What do you reckon about that?
Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you
didn't know
so
about
much.
this, did
No,
you?
no,
because you don't use Twitter. I'm going to show you how to use Twitter, Jam, and
Thank
we are
you.
going to fire off some tweets to Zoe Ball, and we're going to get her here with Norman. So watch out, Preston. The party's at Jam's house.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to thank all these people, really. This was the best thing I got out of this negative conflict. In fact, I have to really thank Gateway for starting this conflict, because it ended that I could make so many nice, wonderful friends.
Absolutely, because what you're talking about there is that obviously you all this started with your garden, which we're going to talk about in more detail, and it kind of like moved from the garden indoors, which again we're going to talk about, and there's been a bit of a dispute with the landlords, and we'll talk about that as well. But firstly, I want to take you all the way back, because you arrived in Preston in 1999, am I right? Because
Yes,
you're not
correct.
originally from Preston.
No.
So I want to know why you came to Preston, how you came to be here.
I came to do a computer course for 1 year, but then...
And you're still here now.
Yes, I'm still here. That's right, yeah. I didn't like it all that much, perhaps in the beginning, because of all the things I heard about Preston.
What did you hear about it? I'm intrigued.
Oh, I heard, I don't know if it's true, but when Queen Victoria was passing Preston in the train, she always closed the curtains of her compartment because she did not want to see the poverty. It upset her. So it wasn't a very positive image.
Yeah.
Yes, I had from Preston.
Do you know, Jam, I was kind of brought up in Preston. I've never heard that story before, so you've educated me there. I'm judging Queen Victoria a bit. How dare she? But that is so interesting. I'm going to go and look that up. So that kind of made you a little bit wary of Preston, but obviously you're kind of a real champion of Preston now. So I'm guessing that your view of Preston changed after you've been here a bit.
Let me defend Queen Victoria. What she did not want to see was not people of Preston, but the poverty, which hurts regardless in Preston or anywhere else. Yes, but what happened when I came to Preston, I saw people are very approachable, they are very friendly. They share with me what they had, and I felt like I'm welcome. I felt like part of these people and this town. I begin to like it. It grew on me. And I'm very happy. I spent some of the best year of my life in Preston. But maybe because when you get older, the way you look at the life changes. You know, you see with your mind, you don't see with your eyes.
Absolutely. But also, we were talking before the cameras rolling about how friendships kind of enrich that. And I was, you know, as you were saying that, I was thinking, you know what, Jam, you're right. Because I've travelled all over the world, I've lived in different countries, but some of the best moments of my life have been in Preston, mainly to do with the people. The people who were around me who made me feel brilliant.
It's not the buildings. it's people that they make you different. And people in Preston, they are down to earth, they are wonderful. You know, the garden I made in the last 10 years never was vandalized. Never.
Really? Because it's right, I drove past it last night, and it is right out on the street, isn't it?
Yes.
So it could be a prime location, you know, to be vandalised, and it's never been vandalised.
Never been, yes. And
well
it
done, Preston.
Many other things happened around it, but never ever the garden was
people
vandalized.
appreciate it.
And even P.C. Bader, he's a nice policeman of the area, he said that the garden had some positive effect. It's less crime in the area.
Oh, how lovely.
It's true. It was a deprived area. People are behaving different.
So, John, what was the motivation behind the garden? How did it come about?
That's a very good question. Well, I had some problems with Gateway, my landlord, housing association, which I don't want to discuss now. It's not fair. In 10 days, we're going to court, and before court, I don't want to say anything, but they really upset me. And there was a time I didn't know really what I should do. They did not, they ignored all my complaints, and they denied the letters I sent. So my letters was getting nastier. Obviously, when I look at them now, I feel very bad. Why did I write this? But in that time, I thought that's the right thing to do. Not correct, but in that time, that's what I could think. I know that if you don't express yourself, if you don't demonstrate your frustration and anger, it can turn to depression. So, but you have to do it proportionally. And I did sometime what I did was not very proportional, which I apologize, writing bad letters. But I decided every time they send me a nasty letters, I plant a tree or flowers and something, and convert this bad feeling to a positive feeling. I learned this from a monk in Kupal Monastery, 1974. I think I stayed there sometime, and this is what this monk taught me. I never had tried it, put it into practice, but now I thought, maybe I should do it. And it worked. It worked. I
absolutely love that. Preston, we're getting an education here. So Jam spent time with a Buddhist monk in Kathmandu, and the Buddhist monk said, instead of hating people, turn that hate into a positive and plant a flower. What a beautiful notion that is. I'm going to take that into my life, and I'm going to have flowers everywhere.
I hope these flowers are not here because you have problems.
No, they're not. But I love the idea of turning a negative into a positive and growing something out of it. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I've always wanted to go and study with Buddhist monks, so you've saved me a trip now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I think you can use that. Not just in the garden, in your relation, everywhere.
Absolutely. But the garden has inspired people so much. I mean, someone's even written a song about it, haven't they?
Few people, and I'm so thankful. Mr. Ray, he's a great musician. He put the soundtrack of a little video, Mr. Hoover. Students.
I think we've actually got a clip of the video now, and it's got Ray's song on it, and one of the students has produced it, so we'll have a little look at it now. Let's go and look at the garden, shall we?
Sure, if you like. Thank you.
Jam, that's absolutely beautiful. It's in full bloom there, isn't it, the garden? So thanks to, was it Hubert who made
this film?
And that was just a student filmmaker who...
So many people have helped.
They're just inspired by it, aren't they? People are just inspired by
Yesterday
the
I
garden.
received a letter from somebody called Glennie M. I don't know her, I never met, and she...
We'll find her on Twitter later.
Yes, I hope I find her. And it was such a nice letter, and she put a £10 note inside.
Oh.
And it really heartbreaking. And I had another lady yesterday, she brought some flowers, and every day I had even people coming from Birmingham, and
wow.
they came and they did some work when I was not there, and they said we just thought we come and spend the
so all the contacts that you're making, all the friendships through this, it's brilliant. Now, is it true, I read somewhere that you spent £5,000 of your own money that you put aside for your funeral on this garden? Is that correct, Jam?
It's actually £7,000.
7,000?
Yeah,
Wow.
well, it took me a long time to save, but then I know it's not usual to talk about your funeral.
No.
People have fear, but it's something that it comes at the end. This is the final chapter of this life, and the game is, the trick is, if you can enjoy it till the last moment. You have to get up and celebrate. I wake up every day full of new plans and ideas. And I promise you, I'm going for an operation soon in a couple of days.
Oh, we'll be thinking of you.
But I promise you, till the last moment, I will enjoy this life and celebrate it every single day.
Inspiration right there, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, we're going to take a short break. We'll see you after this.
Okay.
Welcome back. You're watching Talk Lancashire. Before the break, we were chatting to Jam about the community garden he created as a thank you to the people of Preston, his adopted home. Now, Jam, before we talk some more, I need your help, if that's okay, because Tiger Stores in Preston kindly donated a hamper of all sorts of goodies from the store, and people, our audience, have been tweeting in and emailing in order to win it. So I was wondering if you would do us the honour of picking the winner. Thank you. So all you need to do is, the names are all in there, you just need to reach in, pick one out for us. Who have we got? Oh, okay. So the winner of the Tiger hamper is at Tom's Lord. So congratulations at Tom's Lord. This hamper will be making its way to you. Now, Jan, before we talk some more about the house that's gained a lot of attention, first of all, we should say that due to the garden, you are actually due in court in 10 days' time. Is that right?
That is true, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Ever the positive there.
Yes, yes, regardless of the outcome. But we have a wonderful system in this country. I'm feeling comfortable and happy that the judge is not corrupt. I'm sorry to say this, but I come from the areas that the judges are not very honest. This is democracy. This is so valuable. I think people in this country sometimes don't understand how lucky they are that we have such a wonderful system. People don't have to have fear when they go to sleep and when they go to court. And to be honest, I really don't think it affects me, the result, because I already achieved what I wanted. I wanted to thank people for being nice to me, and now people know that I'm thankful to them. So the mission is done. But I think it will hurt some of the people. They helped me to build this garden and to do the ceramic work. I remember many good friends like like David Farrington. He did a lot of nice, selfless work. Casey, Lizzie, Ray, all of them, they helped so much. When we had time, we just got together and we cut all this ceramic. So they would maybe be hurt, but I already have achieved what I wanted, and obviously I respect the decisions of the judge.
Fantastic. Well, we're wishing you, you know, all the best in 10 days' time. But let's go back to talking about the house, which kind of like, I guess, stemmed from the garden inside. Now, it made headline news, didn't it? It was in all of the papers, you know, the jam headlines going. Absolutely. Look, there's the Telegraph. There you are. You know, I mean, not everyone gets on the front pages of the Telegraph. Absolutely amazing. Right. And Twitter, I know that you know, I'm going to give you some help with that, but loads of people tweeting you. They said things like, we should all be a bit more like Jam, and Jam, you are real. Absolutely amazing. All of the love, you know. So the house has been billed Preston's poshest council house, but is it true that it was actually in the running for Council House of the Year award?
That's what I also heard, but I think then they changed some programs and there will be another one coming on Channel 5. I never ever thought that the story of my garden comes and hit the news. Never I could imagine this will come so far, but
that's, I guess that's how come it did, because it comes from a real place. You didn't do it for publicity, did you? It came from, you know, a true place. But it has, so there's going to be a new show, is there?
That's right. I have to thank Catherine Musgrove. She's a very brave reporter in Lancashire Evening Post. I think she felt sorry for me, and she put an article in her newspaper, and then everything starts. So thank you so much to Catherine, if she hears this, and to all the people they supported. I really don't know how I should say thank you, but from bottom of my heart, I appreciate what you have done for me. Thank you. Without your support, this garden would have been gone long time ago.
But we appreciate it, you know, because
I don't think it does any harm to anybody. All the neighbors like it. They come and they help. When it's a sunny day, we get together and we have some vegetarian barbecue in the garden, and we have lots of fun. So why should it be destroyed? What harm does to anyone? This is something I don't understand.
Jam, talking about the house and the garden, I guess, it's very artistic. So I'm really interested in where you get your inspiration from. I think, looking at that, is that your bathroom? I think I can guess that Gaudi is a bit of an inspiration for you. Am I right?
Absolutely, yes. He is. But more than that, the artist in Austria, he was called Hundertwasser.
Okay, I've never heard of him.
Frederick, to me, he's a great artist, and I had the pleasure to work with him for a short time.
Really?
Yes, in Salzburg when he was. This is his style, really. I have adopted. The idea is not to change the construction, not to change anything outside the house, but add something to it, change the spirit of the house and bring some greens and flower connected to the nature. And this is what I have done. I hope the court allows me to finish the work I'm doing. I love to finish it with putting a rainbow and some more birds.
Jam, is it quite time consuming? How long has it taken?
So. Oh, it took like 10 years really to finish this. Not all in one go, but since it's the hobby, you do a little bit. When we get together, instead of sitting and doing nothing, we always are doing a little work.
Fantastic. Well, I think we should all be a bit more Jam. And I think Preston is a much brighter place for having you in it. So it got me thinking about some of the buildings. There's been some controversy recently about the post office building, for example, that lots of people, it's actually vacant at the moment. No one owns it. And Preston is asking what can be done about it. So I wondered, if you know, were to do something with it, what would you suggest? What would make it a bit brighter?
I think that's a beautiful piece.
It is a beautiful piece of architecture, isn't it?
And I don't allow myself to do anything because...
Oh, you're so modest. I think, what about your garden, but on the rooftop, maybe?
Yes, maybe. But I think if the architect of that building was alive, he would have been very upset with me to come and make a mess on his work. But there are some changes you can do, like you can have some flowers being hanged or doing some ceramic work under each window without changing the construction of
I love
the
that.
house. And whatever you build around it, totally different and colorful. So this contrast makes it even nicer, and that's what 100 Wasser did in Austria, and it turned the place to a tourist attraction. I remember when Prince Charles with Princess Diana, I think they came to Austria many years ago. The first place he wanted to see was 100 Wasser house.
Really?
Yes.
What an honour.
And now there are, even in my place, we have people, they coming with the car, they parking and taking some pictures.
Have the royals not been to see your house yet? I think they need to. Charles and Camilla need to come on down and have a look, don't they?
Thank you so much. This is very kind of you.
Now, we should say at this point, there is actually a website, isn't there, Jam, that you've created. If people want more information about the garden, about the house, it is coming up on the screen, but I think, is it the Gateway Association?
The Housing Association, yes.
And the website is www.
It's called gatewaytenants.co.uk.
Right, Gateway Tenants, not Housing Association, and you'll go to Jam's website, so do check it out. He's also got a Facebook page, haven't you?
That's right, Save the Garden.
Save the Garden.
I thank Tony Kenyon who made that website. You know, the people have been so kind. He just came and offered to make a website, and he made a wonderful website.
Fantastic. That's because you inspire so many people. Now, talking about that, you actually have a new venture that you'd like to embark on, because you mentioned before that you do vegetarian and vegan barbecues in your garden.
That's right.
But that's something, you've been a vegetarian for a long time, haven't you?
For over 50 years, that's right.
Wow,
yes.
That's quite a feat over 50 years. And you'd like to spread a bit more of that kind of knowledge, wouldn't you? So tell us a little about your new venture. Is it a vegan pub you'd like to create?
I love to. The idea comes from somebody very nice, Mr. Ray Irwin. He came and he suggested that he helps me to get a pub, and we bring all these people together. It's lots of energy, lots of good vibes, if you like. And we thought, yes, we can change the Preston instead of just sitting and looking at the negative things and criticizing and saying nothing is happening right in Preston. Let's do something. It's easy to criticize, but you have to
roll your sleeves up
and do something. And if we get together, we can. I would be very happy and willing to help other people to make the garden and make their buildings nice. So if Gateway throws me out from this flat, then maybe I do it somewhere else. And Ray suggested we get a pub and we promote veganism and raw food. Absolutely amazing. Raw food's really interesting. Boy George, who's a judge on The Voice, he eats a completely raw food diet, and it's changed his entire world. And he often talks in the media about how wonderful he feels eating this raw diet. I mean, it is something, just personally, you know, living around Preston, it can be quite hard for me to find, you know, a healthy option, say for lunch on the go or something. So I would love the idea of a vegan pub. I'd be there. You'd have to throw me out. You'd never get rid of me. Most welcome. You know, anything you do with the food, when you cook it or grill it or microwave, which is, we will not have microwave in that place, you destroy the food's goodness, quality. The raw food is the only way of eating healthy. And if you are suffering from any disease or problems, raw food can really cure you. I made a course in Lancashire College with the raw food, and it was fantastic. And in Germany, I made many courses with the raw food. It's magic.
Well, any businesses out there that would like to sponsor Jam in his raw food making, get in touch. Go on the website, go on Facebook, send Jam a message. Let's get this going in Preston. Jam, you've been an absolute joy to talk to.
So much.
I wish you all the best of luck with the court case, with the new TV show. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. Thank you at home for watching. That's all we've got time for today. Have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.